we have this many people since everything's starting to reopen. Yep.
Are you Jiu-Jitsu Steve? Who's that?
Who's asking?
Me. Obviously.
What's the correct answer in this?
I guess you. Okay, cool. That's what I thought it was you.
Oh, practice. Let's go.
Practice? What?
We allowed. Oh, we're qualifying again?
Yeah, qualified? Oh, practice? Wait, did I set that up?
Nah, straight to quali.
Checks complete. We're ready.
Hello YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. Welcome to the Red Bull Ring here in Spielberg, Austria. We're here for the EWRL Season 4 Austrian Grand Prix, round number 9 of 21 in our championship here on Formula 1 2019, our second F1 2019 championship. These drivers ready to take to the track here in qualifying. They have an 18-minute session, 3 new guys into the series, and a few rookies still trying to make their name in the point standings. So the track is open for business. So drivers on outlaps, you have Steven, Ben, Pappy, Colton, Foursquare, and TK. TK, one of the new drivers to the series, making his first start here in for motorsports. We'll get everything set up
But
in terms of defense. So right on board the Mercedes of Colton. Up the gears we go. Let's see. There's a Williams goes around. Would be in sector 2. Trying to get up. And on his way. That's one of our other new drivers to the series. We have Aiden joining us. He's in for Malenko today. And how about the other Taylor joining us? We have Taylor in the McLaren. He's in for Brian. So coming to the start-finish line is Colton, way wide on corner exit. We'll see if that lap time even counts. And it goes a 105.878. Ben easily tops that at 105.640 on mediums. Oh, jeez. Pappy goes a 106.0, third quickest on the softs. Steven a 106.4 on the mediums.
You're in the top 10 now. Keep it up.
good job.
How about Foursquare second quickest at 105.7? TK goes third quickest at 105.7 as well, off by 9 one-thousandths of 9 one-thousandths of a second. Off of Foursquare.
I had such a bad last sector, man. That was terrible.
Steven goes sixth quickest, 106.3. David on the mediums in that Ferrari. Ben, Steven, David have set their times on mediums. Only Ben has out-qualified any other driver on those mediums. So maybe other drivers should reconsider their tire choices before qualifying ends up here. Looks like we have Dan going fifth quickest, a 105.8 on the softs. Taylor in the McLaren, a 105.9. Caden in the Renault, 106.0. Topping the racing point of Pappy. The 10 drivers to take time thus far, still waiting on Hector and Robert to come and set times. on the chart. So here comes Hector into the final two corners, making sure not to track extend too much. You want to keep your lap time valid. Through the final corner, up the gears to the start finish straight. Here comes Hector in the Alfa Romeo, top of the chart, a 105.078. Here comes the glitched sound of the other Renault. Robert to the start finish line. 12th quickest, a 108.8. Needs to get into the swing of things once again. On board many things. Can you go any wider in that Red Bull? He has definitely aborted that lap time. My goodness, he was going off to Narnia. How about Caden, 5th quickest once again?
Yeah.
I impede your lap, or are you on an out lap?
No, I was on an actual timed lap.
Oh.
Didn't impede. No.
On board with Ryan in the Haas.
I thought you were talking about right now.
Talk about when we went to turn 4.
I haven't played this track in over a week now, so like.
I would think if you're trying to root for a driver, you could spell his name correctly, Venti. But other than that, yep, Venti says go Steven and Colton, misspelling Colton.
Not surprised.
When he's not here.
CFP.
What? Who's A-okay?
There is a clusterfuck going on through the middle sector.
Let's see Ryan. He assumes he's the faster of the two Haas drivers. Let's see how it is in qualifying. Last week was not the case. To the final two corners. Trying to keep it on the track to keep that lap time validated, and up the gears we go. To the start finish line, he goes 4th quickest. A nice lap, a 105.5 for the Haas. See, many thinks is going to go once again. We're still waiting on Pillars. Pillars in the final two corners. Pillars sat 2nd in the point standings. About 15 points back, looking to make some indents into Hector's point lead. He goes 6th quickest. Kind of underwhelming from that Ferrari. A 105.7. See if he can make it up. Here comes Aiden, one of our new drivers to the series, again in that Williams to the start-finish line. His first time lap is going to be a 109.0. He goes 15th quickest out of, well, 16, but I assume many things his 144 was not an actual lap time, I hope. we did see him abort his lap time. We know it wasn't an actual one. How about Octane in the Haas to the final two corners. And to the start-finish line, Octane goes 9th quickest, a 105.8. But wow, look at how close the times are from... My goodness. The top 11 within 0.8 of a second of each other. The top 12 within 0.8 of a second of each other.
I had a purple sector too.
Many things goes 9th quickest. How about Taylor in the McLaren going 2nd quickest, a 105.2. And the other Taylor sat 3rd quickest, a 105.5. What a shakeup!
I was on a fast lap there trying
Oh.
to that.
He's not in the party, but yep.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh,
Go out on track.
He was
they
slow
red flagged
in
the
last turn.
Coca-Cola 600
They started
for rain. Well, that sucks, but you know, at least we'll be able to see some of it.
Irony of this is right before that red flag. I said they said there's supposed to be 80% chance of rain.
Yeah, why'd you say anything?
I know, I should shut up.
Debbie Downer.
But I jinxed it, I'm sorry, I'll leave now.
So Hector, Taylor, Steven going 3rd quickest. How about that? Followed by TK, Ryan, Ben, Pillars, Foursquare, Caden, Many Things, Octane, Big Boy, Dan. Wow, I mean, the top 13 within 0.9 of a second. It is absolutely wild up there. And then we have Pappy, David in the 106s, and then it is Robert and Aiden rounding out the 17 drivers. This is, I think, our first time we've had an odd-numbered amount of drivers enter a race this season. We've only had 20, 18, or 16 car grids, so 17 cars. First odd number of the season. We did add 3 new people, so I guess if we didn't, we'd be sitting at a 14 car grid. And Hector, a 104, 429. Get this man checked out. He is blazing, and Ben, a 104.8. How about Colton? A very nice showing early here. I know there's 8 minutes left of qualifying, but 4th on the chart. We haven't seen Colton up there too much, and it's good to see him get up there now here, 9 races in, finally coming around to the front of the grid possibly. We'll see what happens here. Dan goes 4th quickest, a 105.4. Yeah, Pillars has to put in some work. Right now sat 9th on the grid. This is not going to help him in points. Now that the front of the grid has become ever more competitive, people got to step it up if they want to remain competitive in points.
I qualified 9th at Canada and won the race.
Yeah, there's also 4 safety cars in a row.
Yep,
Which, I mean, that
did
can
not
happen.
help me. It definitely cost me a spot that I made up for after because...
Well, here comes Pillars to the start-finish line. Pillars will go 2nd quickest on 104.761.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 5.7.
Many things has improved to a 105.8.
The stream looks good.
Sweet deal. I'd love to hear it. Yeah, last week the stream kind of took a dump. I'm glad it's looking better this week.
We're 17th in the speed trap, 304.5 kilometers per hour.
Oh yeah, it looks really nice. Sweet deal. When you put the quality all the way up, it actually belongs there. Many things on a hard lap here, many things not having the greatest season. Not having the season he thinks he's capable of, so trying to improve upon that. Into the final 2 corners, many things goes.
Work for this circuit on the simulator, but nothing beats real data.
He will go a 5th quickest, a 105.306.
May not always be in the same place.
How competitive this grid has gotten in the span of a couple weeks. It is wild. People stepping up the game, plus the addition of new drivers. As thankfully the situation around the world starts to clear up a little bit in terms of the COVID-19 situation, unfortunately that has caused some of our drivers to have to leave as they have responsibilities to take care of that they couldn't take care of during the pandemic. And it's a good sign that, you know, that they're able to get back to what they're supposed to do. But that has in turn changed the driver lineup a little bit. Nonetheless, 4 minutes remaining and some change here qualifying. And there is 15 drivers within a second and a half of each other. This midfield battle is going to be epic. As Ben goes 2nd quickest, a 104.6. don't even know who's on the timed lap. Looks like David's on a lap. Steven has retired from the session. I think I just
pulled out.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Here comes Ryan. Either that was a terrible time lap or a warm-up lap. It looks like Ryan will get at it now.
304.5 kilometers per hour.
One more lap. One more.
And Ryan all over the curbing and checks up coming to the start finish line. That was a little weird. I had to.
That was a very ugly lap, so I just gave up on it.
Why did you just cross the line, though?
It was ugly.
Octane gonna come on out and get one more go at it. The top of the chart right now, you have Hector over Ben. Pillars, David, TK, Taylor, many things. Steven, Dan, Colton, your top 10.
I don't want this lap.
Is
I'm
many
gonna
things in this chat?
He's 7th.
Damn. You mean the chat? This
Many
part?
things.
Oh, chat.
Like the messenger chat.
No. I was talking about the party.
Oh, yeah.
You want to battle it out again?
Did we qualify next to each other? Oh my.
Yes.
That's right. Here comes Caden.
Okay.
Let's see what Caden can
We're probably
do.
gonna get pushed down by
Looks
people.
promising to get some points at Circuit of the Americas. Couldn't make it last week in Brazil. So here in Austria at the Red Bull Ring.
Is Emerson here? Do you hear him talking?
Do you not hear him talking?
Oh, he probably muted me.
I did not. He should leave and rejoin the party. But
Emerson says you should try to leave and rejoin the party, see if that fixes it.
Oh,
Didn't mute you.
okay, so he can't hear me. I'll do that.
I can hear him, he can't hear me.
Alright.
Nope.
But Caden goes 6th quickest. Now that's more like it. Trying to see him get some points here, and that's definitely going to help out. A 105.2.
Come on, let's go. I want to run one more.
I'm watching you, many things. No pressure.
So with 30 seconds remaining in the session,
Fastest lap is a 1:05.7.
what's in store? Octane through Sector 3 now, trying to improve on his time. Octane goes 13th quickest, and he'll be right behind his teammate. That is perfect. Oh, and there's a Williams on track. Pillars is on a timed lap, but has to fight through 2 Williams on the track. Oh my. Pillars right now sat 3rd quickest. And 2 to start finish line comes that Ferrari. He will improve, but not a spot. And that is going to do it. Sorry, I probably should have said, but please try to cross the start finish line instead of pulling into the pit lane at the end of qualifying, just so we don't have to wait any longer. But that's alright. Anyway, yep. Everybody's all done here in qualifying, just waiting on the Williams to get pulled into his garage stall now. So we'll be here another minute. But other than that, Hector top of the chart. What else is new? Followed by Ben. Pillars, David, PK, Caden, Taylor, Many Things, Colton, Steven, your top 10.
My employer said, do I have ADD? Allegedly.
So there's your results, or your qualifying results on your screen right now. Quick look at the bottom. Again, top 15 within 1.5 seconds of each other. The top 11 within 1 second of each other. It is competitive. How about the gap between 6th and 7th place?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
1,000 of a second.
Looking wild. No heroics into turn 1, please.
No heroics into Sandavot, please.
Into Santavot.
Get the road check, Jeff.
Yeah, let's try to have a clean one, gentlemen. 17 driver field here for, what is this, a 35, 36 lapper. It should be a fun one.
I didn't even look at the damn weather forecast.
Looks pretty clear to me.
Wet. Oh, thank God we're not wet.
Don't take any risks
Some
going into
of
the
us
first
prefer it
corner.
the other way.
TMI?
This many cars, someone's going to try to squeeze through a gap that isn't there.
I mean, if you want to be dry.
We should taste of luck.
But we have 3 drivers making their first start in the series, 1 driver making his second, and quite a competitive grid. So here we go. The driver is getting ready to go on their 36th lap event. Yes, I predicted it perfectly. They have to go on the all-important formation lap. Before we do that, we're going to get through our, or as we do that, we're going to get on our starting lineup. Let's get on it.
Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well.
And your starting lineup for the EWRL Season 4 F1 Austrian Grand Prix. Row number 1 will have Hector, our point leader in the Alfa Romeo. He'll start alongside Ben Parker, defending series champion in the Mercedes. Row 2, a couple of Ferraris will have Pillars, our second place driver in the point standings, starting alongside his teammate David in P4. Row number 3 will have a couple of rookies with us, making his first start of the season. We have TK in the Williams in for Mal, and how about Caden in Vereno, making his second start of the season. Row 4, we'll have another rookie with us, Taylor, making in McLaren, making his first start of the season, starts alongside Many Things in that Red Bull. Row number 5, we'll have Colton in the Mercedes, and starting alongside of him, we'll have Steven in the Toro Rosso. How about row 6, we'll have Dan in the Alfa Romeo, and alongside of him, we'll have Ryan in the Haas. How about row 7 there, Octane in the Haas, and we'll have Foursquare in the Red Bull. Row number 8, we'll have Pappy in the Racing Point, Robert in Vereno, and rounding out row number 9, we'll have Aiden in the Williams. And that's going to do it here for our starting lineup as the drivers have gridded up and we are ready to go. The final drivers get into their final grid boxes. It is time to bring the action as we wait on the lights. We've got 5 red lights, and it is lights out, and away we go. How about Ben getting a good start, but Hector clear of them all as they head up the hill into turn number 1. Up the inside, watch the Haas. What kind of heart attack do they have there? Watch the Haas up the inside. Abo get it sorted out back there as we're double wide up the hill to turn number 2. Look at that grid. Try to work their way into the hairpin up the hill. Everybody trying to give each other room. Looks like everybody will single it out on the way through the hairpin. Double wide further in the grid. How about 6th place? Many Things working on the McLaren of Taylor. David falling back a spot to TK. They make a little bit of contact in turn 3, but we stay straight up there. Car in the grass, that is the McLaren of Taylor. Caden's fallen all the way back 3 spots from where he started in 9th position. Now gains a good run on the Mercedes of Colton. So as everybody singles it out and gets ready to just kind of get in it for the long haul here, 36 lap event here at the Red Bull Ring. As Ryan working over a 2-time series champ Dan. How about Hector going to 110.030? That is Octane. Octane working over Dan and looking at the inside, a lunge, maybe trying to keep that car under control. The Haas driver is duking it out. This is outside of the points for both of them.
That's super rude.
Look at Octane, he's right behind Dan. He has nowhere to go, but he's right on these gearboxes of Caden and Dan. As around goes somebody, that's a Williams gone around. No, that's Ben. It's a Mercedes that's gone around.
Okay, clear.
Sat third in the points. That is not what he needed. And now he's going to be working on this, or he's just trying to get back into this thing.
Oh no.
Oh, and Caden has retired from the session.
Virtual safety car.
A big accident.
Down and maintain a positive delta. Virtual safety car is
And the VSC deployed. Coming through the S's in Sector 3, it caught out a few drivers. And here comes Ben and Steven. I'm sure Ryan is coming in as well. What in the world happened?
Everyone just spun the hell out right in front of me. 3 people at once.
So much for
I had
getting
nowhere to
DRS.
go. He just freaking slid right in front of me.
Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green.
So we're working the VSC here. 3 drivers coming through pit lane, and the VSC has been retracted now. DRS is enabled. Steven, Ben coming off the pit lane. Ryan getting up the speed, trying to work his way out of pit exit. So that's gonna leave us at 16 drivers. Hector a 1.4 second advantage already over Pillars. They have dusted David and the rest of the pack. So Pillars, his main goal is to try to get within 1 second of Hector, as it usually is, to try to get that DRS. See what happens here, lap 4:36.
Go.
We're trailing our teammate by 6.8 seconds.
There's a caution, turn 1. Big Boy and Taylor got together. Mercedes and the McLaren got together. They're gonna fall down the running order.
My bad.
He's I think the one driver who didn't make it into the party. But 3 wide, a little bit of contact to McLaren, sends it up on the racing point. Forcecrest to give some space, and they file themselves back in the line. And look at this pack of cars we've got here. From 8th on back, everybody queued up. We have Pappy, Taylor, Foursquare, Robert, Colton, Aiden, and well, that's the entire group right here. This mid-pit battle is insane. Oh, more contact of many things that TK's gone around. Oh, TK's gone around. Was there contact? Oh, I just realized.
I'm sorry, dude. I was going 3 wide
Oh,
in there.
Foursquare's gone around.
What is going
Oh, and the
on?
McLaren of Taylor's off in the grass. A lot of incidents here. These tight braking zones, or these tight corners of heavy braking zones, catching out a lot of drivers. They present great passing opportunities when the time is there, but these drivers they're just getting the short end of the stick and all these opportunities to overtake. So this is definitely where the drivers who just bide their time are definitely going to prevail here. I'm kind of shocked that Foursquare was actually on the aggressive on that last one. That one shocks me, but he'll be working his way up to the McLaren Taylor now in 12th.
Who's that? Who has that?
Oh, no, 5 second. Right, there's something going on. But there's a 5 second time penalty for Taylor speeding into the pit lane.
Emerson.
No, you're good.
Emerson.
Yes.
When was the last time me and Many Things were in the top 4 at the same time?
It's last season, but
In a while.
here comes Octane on Dan for P5. Oh, and Octane slides! Keeps the car under control. Yeah, somebody's got
someone turn your mic off.
Whoever's watched the video or whatever, turn it off. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes. Why?
Right, I wasn't gonna say anything, but I thought it was just gonna be happening quickly. But anyway. So 5th place, Octane has gone up on Dan.
What do you mean he's figuring out, like...
How about the Williams running 10th and 11th, TK at 8, and obviously TK was running a little bit higher up in the grid.
Alright.
Octane and Dan continue to duke it out. And this is a nice run for Many Things. I bet Many Things is very content right now in P4.
I think, I don't know. Maybe like this or something.
We're right on board with Octane to see if he can work his way around Dan. We'll see if he goes up the inside into this corner. Remember, last time he slid.
I hate that.
Shit, sorry.
Getting tight here. Pappy on Robert. He has TK and Colton in this pack along with Aiden. Look at his little group of cars. I think is this Robert coming to pit lane? No, he's just taking the inside lane. That is 2 races that Caden has made in a row where he has had a great run inside the points, and he has not been able to secure the deal. Last time it was at Coda, he just had an instant late. Oh, the McLaren has gone around by himself. I think he just slid. That sucks for Caden.
Gap to car in front is.
I saw Buck commented "Go Caden," and I don't know when that was in relative to Caden's DNF, but oh. Here comes the 7th place battle. Robert on Pappy once again. Robert trying to clear the racing point. Race point has the inside line to turn number 5. Sorry, that's 4. Robert trying to get a better arc than Pappy. This is a very interesting battle that's going on here behind between the Racing Point Renault and Williams. Here comes the Renault to the left side.
God damn.
And I think that's a Haas that's gone around.
I don't know what the fuck just happened.
And this McLaren of Taylor, he's got a great run on Ryan. This is a battle for last, and not much of a battle.
Okay, the boots aren't looking too warm at this point. We should have
Back up front, Hector, a 2.7 second advantage over the Ferrari of Pillars. David sitting quietly on the podium in 3rd. Many things trying to close that gap, maybe get 3rd.
I believe in you, Many Things.
Fuel management has been superb all race.
I don't.
Keep it up.
Wow. He is not getting the love. That's
Sorry,
a fair.
I have to hold off many things if he catches me, so.
Oh, right. You're following the checkered pattern. If you look at the table of David's points, he has a DNF followed by a good points. Was it DNF, good points finish, DNF, no show, DNF, good points finish. He DNF last week, so this is another good points finish, and then he'll DNF next week. David is literally gonna go a checkered pattern across for the season. I wonder if David knew that.
Please not say that again, because as soon as you did, the rear end went around.
No, next week you'll DNF. This week you should have got a good points finish if you're following the pattern.
The pattern's just gonna break itself.
On a 3-second time penalty for Robert for multiple warnings.
Hey, Ben. Oh, Sal is Ben, right?
Yes.
Hi, are we catching the midfield?
So back in front, Hector's advantage now brought up to 3.1 second, 3.2 in gaining. David now 12 seconds back as many things as 18, so that gap is closing. It was 7 seconds the disadvantage many things had to David, now it is 6. Robert on Colton, Robert up to 9th.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
And again, this midfield battle is insane. Foursquare outside the points is more insane to me. And the fact that it's self-inflicted is the weirdest thing to me. I've seen Ben make mistakes.
Yep.
We did a 35, but yeah. 32. Here comes Foursquare trying to get around Colton, trying to get back into the points. This race was supposed to be Foursquare's big race to capitalize on Malenko. Malenko's 2 points ahead of him in the points, but right now Foursquare outside the points, and right now only trying to get into this battle for 1 point. Colton and Foursquare both have DRS. Foursquare, does he send it up the inside on Colton? He does, and clears Colton, so 1 point to Foursquare's name, but he's still 1 point behind Malenko. For like 30. But this should be a good point stay for you to continue the way it is. As Octane has started to lose touch a little bit from Dan, but holding his own in 6th place. Many things has a Haas breathing down his gearbox. That is not for a position, but we'll see how aggressive Many Things is with a lap car. We'll see how aggressive. I believe that's Ryan.
Oh, are you shitting me? No.
TK's gone around. He was in the points. He was in 7th, and he's gone around.
Tires are just gone.
wasn't sure if there was any contact, but you heard it right there, just tires.
No, I did it myself.
Five and a half seconds back off of Hector is Pillars, and that is still gaining. Wild, wild, the way that Hector's is able to just gap, and into the pit lane goes Hector. I assume Pillars will follow suit, and he does. And I assume Ferrari doesn't want a double stack, though they have an about 11-second gap. We'll see if David comes in. A 5-second penalty for ignoring the blue flag for Ryan. I think he just
let him by too. Yeah, because he was finally on my tail for me to not lose too much speed.
David racing Hector on pit exit. I don't even know if David will get to lead a lap. No, Hector comes out in front of David. Oh, that's so depressing. And a 5-second penalty for Octane for speeding into the pit lane. That is not what he needed. He had a decent points day going. Many things going at it with Pillars. Obviously, many things on 14-lap-old softs, and Pillars has got to bide his time knowing who he's racing. As Dan is there. Dan on many things, Dan on mediums. Dan will not pit in this round of stops. We'll probably pit later in the Grand Prix for softs. Wait, many things on Dan. Many things probably coming to pit soon. And that'll be now.
Oh my god.
And David into the pit lane as well. And another caution. This is, I think, the Haas once again.
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
The track is clear.
And not a good day for Ryan. As he tries to get back going now once again. The lead Hector has now 6.5 seconds. Dan is 9.25 seconds back. Also on mediums, how about Pappy? He's about 19 seconds off the pace, but in P4, 4 square on mediums, 20.5 seconds off the pace in P5. There's a Williams slow, I believe was Aiden maybe letting his drivers by. He's coming to pit lane. Oh, he has wing damage. Oh. But 4 square in P5, 21 seconds back. We'll see how many laps he can go on these mediums. Robert in 6th place, 23 seconds off the pace on 15-lap-old mediums. And David in 7th on fresh mediums, many things A fresh mediums. As Ben into the pit lane on his softs. Isn't it amazing how Ben went from the very first pit stall in pit lane to the very last pit stall in pit lane? Bowden will be racing his teammate on pit exit. Obviously Ben on mediums and fresher by 2 laps mediums, but Big Boy had the advantage through the corner. And now I have the slipstream into turn 2. Give him room. David on Robert for 6th. I'm waiting until Foursquare goes 36 laps on mediums. Obviously he can't do that. He has to bid for a second compound. Oh, actually he started the race on a different compound though. Huh. Or did he?
Yeah, I started on.
No, he didn't. Oh, he started on right. He did start on mediums. I was trying to see because we were on lap 18 and he was on lap 16 lap old mediums. So, but he just crossed the line now. 17 lap old mediums, and we've only completed 17 laps, so that makes sense. There's Foursquare on Pappy. trying to pile on the pressure on the racing point, but how about a good run for Pappy? Just this week, hoping his finishing position across the start-finish line is his finishing position across the start-finish line.
Be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now.
The Foursquare rolling in the S's now. He's going to have a great cut on Pappy, but he didn't. He was setting up such a great run.
Hey, how many laps am I down?
2.
2 or 3?
2.
2? So Hector's not letting me buy him, right?
Yeah, you only have 3 lap fresher tires. And as Ben with the fastest lap of 107.6. As Foursquare, he set Pappy up beautifully in turn 3, but Pappy's not done. He just got cleared through, I'm sorry, in turn 2, and he just got cleared through turn 3. Foursquare into P4. But here comes David as well. David on fresh mediums. What David doesn't want to do, though, is mess with these guys too much, considering he's on a different strategy. Oh, Pappy a little defensive down the front stretch, but David was already kind of down there side by side in the 1. David will clear in the 5th position. Here comes David on Foursquare. This is for P4. David will clear Foursquare. And now David, unless he can catch Dan, or well, he'll still get third place because Dan's on a different strategy. But so right now David 4th physically, but this is what Alfa Romeo and Ferrari have been wanting for a while. They've wanted an Alfa Romeo Ferrari 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they are very content with that, and there's almost a Red Bull 5 and 6, but Pappy kind of splitting the Red Bulls. Actually, Robert on many things, looking for 7.
Octane, what position are you in?
He is in P9.
Alright, he needs to get like first.
He needs to get like first.
Yeah.
Yeah, to compensate for the points that are being lost right now.
Oh yeah.
Right, but Octane on his own strategy definitely should be able to at least sniff around a number 4 spots.
4? Alright, there we go.
5 or I'm sorry, 3 or 4. Actually, it looks like a little ways from Dan, so at least 3 spots.
Foursquare is back on his own.
I'm sorry? What about Foursquare?
Foursquare is on his own right now.
Yeah, Pappy into the pit lane along with Robert, so Foursquare should be pitting soon to get the full extent of the softs he's going to switch on to.
You have P5, P5. The gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Our gap behind is 4.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Our gap to first place is 27.1
So Octane already back in the P7, but Ben is coming.
is open. 15 laps still remaining.
Ben's at P8 right now. Looking to close the 4 seconds Octane has on him. 5 seconds now. We'll see Dan and Foursquare pit in the next couple laps. Dan will stay out another. And Foursquare may as well. Foursquare will probably just pit with Dan.
Newer tires, car behind on newer tires.
Not just kind of sit around and let the race come to you. That's kind of what you have to do. This Austrian Grand Prix clicking off pretty quickly. If you drivers who were here last season remember last season's Austrian Grand Prix, I was not able to make that race. That was Malenko's commentary over that race, and that was something else. Y'all gave Malenko a good first race to be in the booth for. Which I had just asked him to broadcast. I didn't even ask him to commentate it, which he did on his own, so props to him on that. And then he was in the booth with me, and he got stronger after that. And he decided, you know, he belongs in the car more. So I cannot blame him 100%. He is right now 4 for 5th in points, maybe 6th pending Foursquare. What in the world was that?
Yeah. This dude's been driving up and down my street like since this morning, and he's finally back.
Foursquare is keeping in touch with David on 23 lap-old mediums compared to David's 8 lap-old mediums. This is wild. Oh, and there's a Williams around, and there's 2 cautions on the circuit.
I went wide and slow. That's why I set for one.
Pitting this lap then, come into the pits at the end of this lap.
They're about 24 laps, yeah. So we'll be coming around to 11 laps remaining in the Grand Prix whenever Hector decides to cross the start-finish line. As he is definitely having what he wants with this Grand Prix. 8.4 seconds ahead of his next closest rival, which is Pillars. And after that, it is on from there. Dan Sauce the pit. He's 26.5 seconds back. I mean, it's wild. David is about 29 seconds back of Hector. And that is looking like he'll be 3rd place. Oh, and Dan! And around goes Dan! Malenko will be happy to hear that one.
Up to speed now.
Foursquare follows him in, and this will be a race. Dan and Foursquare. Oh! That was a nice drift into the pit lane.
Go now.
But yeah, Malenko missed it. Malenko's favorite line of the season last season was, and around goes Dan! And who is that guy? He can't join mid-race anyway, but... The racing on pit exit here is going to be Dan and Foursquare, Aiden the lap car there. And I believe Robert coming, he's on 4 lap-old softs. So Octane in the P5, but he can't look too soon. Ben is there. Octane trying to fend off defending series champion Ben. That is a tall task in itself. But he's still got a 2-second advantage in his back pocket to him.
Does Octane need a pit again?
He does not.
Alright, let's go Octane.
It'd be a problem if he does, because he's on 11 lap with mediums, and I just watch drivers go 25 laps on mediums, so...
Oh, yeah, he's got this.
Alright, so Foursquare is going to take these softs to the end and to the end of next race as well. I believe, was that Foursquare's Purple Sector 3? He is on it!
Yep.
Look, I mean, if you look at the gap, it's not even funny. It is Hector, then 9 seconds back is Pillars, and then it's 30 seconds to David. That is wild. Those two have had what they wanted today. I mean, Hector has a whole pit stop over third place. And I think Pillars does as well. They could literally pit for softs and go for fastest lap. Which I say, what else does Pillars have to lose? But we'll see. And then he could make a mistake.
I like to point out many things is catching me right now.
And Dan, a 107.200. Or is that a 208? That is an 08. Yep, I'm blind. But also the text is pretty small.
You didn't like you talking about.
Oh, and there's a McLaren gone around.
It kind of sucks you only get the bottom text while all the drivers get that big old board that pops up.
And another speeding penalty for the McLaren. I guess he did not read the rule book and saw pit assists are off. That is the second time today for that McLaren, a speeding penalty. But many things trying to get a podium and trying to get a fabulous interview from me. It's the most important part of the podium. Octane really is holding his own, but it is down to about a second advantage he has over Ben with 7 laps to go.
You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per lap.
We ride on board with Ben trying to get a top 5 from Octane. Closing the gap more and more. Ben now on the gearbox of the Haas. Down the front straightaway we go. Ben will have the DRS. And look at that snake down the front straightaway. Octane trying to defend hard. Oh, and Octane gets loose. He has to keep the car on the track. He went off track a little bit, but he's sticking with Ben. But Ben has the DRS. He's got to slipstream him up the hill into turn 2. Octane now with the DRS on Ben. He's got to keep with Ben, or he's got to challenge him here into turn 3. If he wants the spot, he dives up the inside. Can he make the corner? He's gone a little wide, and around he goes. No, he keeps it straight. He'll lose the spot.
Green flag.
Now 4 square on Octane. Peeking, 4 square was. Octane gives him room. Octane cleared back around the outside. 2 drivers racing with some respect right there, but wow, the defending Octane is doing. Oh, and almost contact. They did not make contact, but they almost did.
You better not wreck that car.
Side by side up the hill, 4 square and Octane duke it out for 7. I'm sorry, Octane's got the DRS. This time he better brake a little bit earlier. So he doesn't overshoot the corner.
Does Pappy have any time penalties?
Oh no, I don't keep a notebook of that.
You could check in your
race director.
Or ask Jeff.
Yeah, you can do that.
You see driver in front or driver behind, and he'll tell you if there's crosses or not.
Probably shouldn't race a non-lap down car.
And now Dan trying to catch brother Ben. What it would mean for Dan to out-duel Ben here at Austria.
Mediums. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 5 laps till the end.
Many things has gone wide, throwing away his chance at a podium. Dan, he is on it. He is trying his heart out to catch Ben.
The gap to the car ahead is 1.9
3 laps remaining here at the Austrian Grand Prix. That was a huge lightning strike outside my window.
The commentator needs some water.
Little bit.
Wow.
Holy cow!
Okay, clear.
Anybody else hear that?
Oh yeah.
That was thunder, yeah. I'm a little scared once this race is over. Ooh. Yeah, I commentated in Indianapolis 500 earlier today. Forgive me for being a little dry.
Alright, that's it. Podium's cancelled.
Nah, I'm not canceling it. That was just louder than I anticipated. TK with the fastest lap! He's outside the top 10, so he can't get that point for it. So he just stole away a point that anybody in the top 10 could have had. And he set that line with a 107.078. So anybody in the top 10 pits for a set of softs, they could try to beat that, but I don't think there's even enough time.
Everybody in the
So-
top 10 get the fault points.
There will not be a fastest lap point distributed, I think, for the first time since EWRL was given a fastest lap point. Yeah, but didn't you finish? Did you not? Ah.
As soon as he took the fastest
You
lap,
didn't make 90%? Oh no, that was Germany, I think, actually, yeah. And Ben wanted to rip your throat out. Y'all are in the same house, so that's a little different. You know, maybe saying it to somebody online. A Foursquare is on Dan. The final lap has begun here at Austria.
Thank God.
I've never been happier to hear that.
This is your final
Coming
lap,
through
final
Sector
lap of the
3 now. It'll be Alfa Romeo. What is this, the 5th time this season? Does he get tired of winning?
No.
Coming through the final 2 corners for the 5th time this season, Hector will win the Austrian Grand Prix. Coming through the final 2 corners, Pillars will come to the start-finish line and finish second for the God knows how many time. He's finished second, and David, long awaited, coming through the final sector. He's just got to bring it home. 2 more corners for that Ferrari. He's backing it off, as he should. He's got a decent gap enough to do so. Just make it to the start-finish line is what he's saying. A 5-second time penalty for the McLaren for an unserved penalty. And David, with his second podium on the season, many things a P4. To the start-finish line, Ben comes home P5.
Grande.
Off the final corner, it's a battle for 6th, but it's going to be Dan over Foursquare.
Yes,
Almost
sir.
had you. Almost had you.
And off the final corner, it'll be Octane P8. Steven P9, but Octane a 5-second penalty, so Octane P8.
Yeah.
Oh, Yahtzee has out of fuel, or something happened to Pappy,
I ran out of fuel.
and Pappy got 10th.